A really, really smart idea by Revival there. That was a great idea to just go for those carapace upgrades, go for the +1 things, and realize, hey, you know what? If I hit you when you don't have a lot of roaches yet, not only am I going to be using these upgrades to easily defeat you Ling versus Ling, but I can handle your roaches as you try to kind of move up. So Revival, honestly, just simply playing a little bit smarter there. And Damaga, obviously looking kind of disappointed with that loss. It's rough, but that's the way it goes, man. ZVZ is a harsh mistress.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
But it's an exciting mistress, and that's why we love her.
Exactly, yeah. Thrill a minute, right? And I mean, Damaga did really show us a lot of great games, a lot of entertaining games, but it's all about this guy right now. Evil Genius's Revival. Can he take down Samsung Khan Roro? It's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. We are going to take a quick break before that happens.
Yep.
But we will be concluding our group and concluding the first day here, the round of 16 at the WCS Season 1 final with this final matchup between Revival and Roro.
Yeah, and it's going to be so exciting, too. I mean, Roro, he, got an interesting look at ZVZ with Damaga, but he's got a completely different opponent in Revival. Revival looking so good right now. His decision-making has been extremely smart in this matchup all day, and we'll see if he's got enough to take out Roro. It's not going to be easy, but I feel like he's got a pretty good chance. After seeing his games, I've got some confidence in this guy.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break, guys, but when we get back, the last best of 3 here at the WCS Season 1 final. Welcome back to the WCS Season 1 final. We are in our last match of the round of 16. It has been an epic day of Starcraft here at the Yongsan Esports Stadium. I am Monte Cristo, and joining me, of course, is Doa.
That's right. Hey guys, how's it going? I am so pumped still to be here in the very last match. The games today have been amazing, and I mean, you and I have casted so much Zerg versus Zerg today.
Yes.
We have seen everything there is to see as far as ZVZ goes, I feel. I mean, the only thing we haven't seen yet is that 6-pool. We've seen close, but not quite a 6-pool yet. Maybe we'll finally see it in our final round, but this is a serious one. Roro versus Revival for that last round of 8 spot tomorrow in the quarterfinals. This is a huge match. Evil Geniuses, Revival, Samsung Con, Roro, ESF versus Kespo. I guess EG kind of out, I don't know, whatever. Can we call him a foreign player? Damaga's eliminated, but Revival's part of Evil Geniuses, so we can kind of call him
there you go.
Foreign team representative. I don't know. There he is. He's got spider hands going on there. That's creepy, Revival. It's
that's how you play Zerg. You got to have the spider hands.
I guess so, yeah. And Roro looking pretty good as well. So,
Toa, by the way, on the other stream,
yes,
if you missed it, the Apollo and Day 9 were casting Group C. The way that shook out was SOS won the final match 2-0, taking out Hero. So American WCS's #1 seed falling there. And so SOS will advance alongside 4GG, which is a little bit of a surprise.
I thought you were going to say American player for a second there, and I'm like, well, practically. I mean, Europe adopted MVP. We can adopt Hero. That's okay. Yeah.
Well, Europe's adoptee actually making it to the quarterfinals.
He did make it out,
though.
yeah.
But Hero, not his day today.
Yep.
Loses that final PvP.
That's right. And actually, here's the thing. We've got 2 out of our 3 Protosses in the round of 8. Believe it or not, because Alicia got through as well.
Yeah, Alicia got through 2-0.
Alicia 2-0'd his group. SOS got through as well. So not bad. I mean, if you're a Protoss user out there, your race didn't do too bad. For the few Protosses, only 3 out of the entire round of 16. 2 out of those 3 getting through, not bad at all.
Not bad at all indeed. It's good to see some Protosses. We'll have a good variety when we hit the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Yeah,
but for now, it's all about the Zergs.
The music is starting. I feel like I should be fighting a boss in Final Fantasy or something like that.
I love the music of this tournament. It's so epic for an epic event. And right now we're taking a look at our players on your screen. Of course, Roro, the Kespa giant from Samsung Con.
He's not really a giant. He's actually normal size, but he's a giant in play. I just wanted to make that clear in case you didn't realize that. And there's Revival. The game has begun, guys. Let's do this.
Let's do this indeed. Revival will be blue once again. So your blue Zerg player on Belshir Vestige from Evil Geniuses. Revival.
Should have seen the look Monte Cristo gave me when I made that. He's not really a giant comment. He's like, really? You're doing this to me now?
When I'm most tired, that's when Doa strikes.
That's when I mess with your head, dude. Yep.
That's right.
It's
when
true.
I'm at my weakness. And there we go. Samsung Con's Roro. Will he strike when his opponent is at his weakest?
Well, you know what I see? I see a production queue with nothing being made at all by our blue Zerg player. Revival going for that 9 pool.
Oh, boy.
Indeed. So we have got an early pool here on Belshir Vestige. So the question is, will Roro go for that really fast second base, that hatchery first? If he does, he could be in a little bit of trouble.
Absolutely. Roro continuing obliviously.
Obliviously. That's a big word to use after casting StarCraft all day, man.
Well, that's what you get for studying English in college.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. And there's the gas as well, just using that for the extractor trick. Getting a little bit out. Okay, so there will be a pool before hatchery. So the good news there is that he will have his Zerglings out a little bit sooner, and he's going to have a pretty good chance of defending this. Yeah, by the time the Zerglings from Revival get there, Roro should be pretty well situated. So, I mean, we're going to see what Revival does. Will he go ahead and drone after these first 6 Zerglings, or will he go really all in with this?
Well, he does have 4 more popping out, so there we go, the 6 Zerglings.
There's the Queen, yeah.
So the Queen coming out, so it looks like this will just be a little bit of a scouting expedition, and there we go. Already, Roro sniffing it out. Revival,
Yeah.
6 lings.
Yeah, and he's getting gas as well. Okay, no, he actually did cancel the gas. I wonder. Now his Overlord just got there and saw the size of the hatchery that was building, so he
Yes.
knows. Due to the timing, it's going to be after pool. So I've got a feeling, yeah, we're just going to see him expand. He had that gas for a moment, and he was like, I think I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe. And we'll see the 8 lings, actually, for Roro are out right now. He's not really even going to be able to deny this expansion.
Yeah, Revival getting some hits in right now, but as the Zerglings come out, we just see the dance of the Zerg around the hatchery. A few hits there as he tries to micro. The drone's coming out now as well to help this. They really doesn't want to get too much damage on that hatch. It can get sniped later.
Revival really wants to make something happen with this, and Roro trying his best to stop it. Revival has a few extra Zerglings, so this is difficult for Roro to fight right now.
And I have to say, I'm impressed with Revival's control right now. He's nearly killed that hatchery. This is not a good situation for Roro.
This is incredible. He's going for it. He's turning the fight, though, at just the right times. He wants to take out this hatchery. He might get it.
He's
it's so
continuing
low.
to dance around. Will he
No
actually
way.
succeed? And it stays up with 73 HP, but you gotta believe that that's gonna be going down soon regardless.
I don't know. The thing is right now, Revival, he's got less drones. He's got to focus on defending his base now. It's a little bit risky situation because it's 16 Zerglings to nothing right now. Revival has no defense back at home. He's running his queen back into his main base. Can he defend against the Zerglings from Roro now? We've got a reverse situation going on.
And here's the counterattack from Roro.
Yeah.
Gets around that hatchery. And look at this.
Oh, man.
This would be an amazing turnaround from Roro.
I think he has a very
like
good chance
he's going to get it. 2 queens now at the base of the ramp, but it doesn't look like there's a transfusion to keep it up. And now he has enough Zerglings. So now we're dealing with 2 players with very low hatcheries on opposite sides of this map.
Yeah, Roro having a little bit more aggressive options, but with those 2 queens out, Revival should be able to stay a little bit safer. Good presence of mind by the EG Zerg player as well to save that queen energy, to be prepared for the need to transfuse his building to keep it a little bit healthier. I like
look at that, 100 HP only.
Yeah, and that's after the regeneration. It was so low. But a big drone lead right now, a big lead in income for Roro.
Absolutely. Wow, huge worker supply lead right now.
Yeah.
So Roro
Now,
looking pretty.
Now Revival can, and he's playing pretty good too. Now Revival can catch up fairly quickly. Roro probably not going to put a lot of pressure on his opponent. He needs to stay at home, defend that very low health hatchery, and that's going to actually give Revival a good amount of time to get some drones. But he's got a lot of catching up to do. Man, is he down in drones right now.
And there we go, Zergling speed started for Roro, getting a couple more gases to back this up, and there is the Roach Warren alongside the lair.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Roro get pretty aggressive on this. He knows that he's got a nice little economic lead.
Look at that, no gas income right now for Revival. He's going to be really far behind in terms of tech.
Yeah, man, I mean, at this point, we're really looking at a situation where the lair may be finished before Revival even has any sort of tech. And look at this, a full wall off in the front. He is not going to let that hatchery die.
No, he's not. A very clever way to play out this situation from Roro while he continues to zip around Revival's base.
Yeah.
And going for those 2-2 with the Roach upgrade, so getting the range. And there we go, a spine crawler on the other side of the wall as well.
Yep. Get out of here, Overlord. Oh, nice. Do we call that like a basket because the Overlord fell right in the little pit?
That's right.
He's got to get extra points for that.
Swoosh.
Swoosh. Nothing but net. And 1. That's right. So, Zergling speed finishing now for Rory. He's got a ton of tech, a ton of upgrades on the way. Roach speed, Roach +1 attack, or just +1 missile attack, rather. +1 carapace. Roaches are building at the moment, and Revival just struggling to catch up, struggling to get his own lair up, but he's gonna, again, have some time. He's been droning pretty much exclusively. I'd love to see the worker count right now. I want to see where we're at, if Revival's been able to catch up really at all.
Well, we're not going to see it right now.
Nope.
We are going to see a bunch of roaches, however, and that roach speed coming along. Meanwhile, that layer's still not even complete yet.
You know, it's
for
still...
Revival.
Okay, so the drone count is caught up. It's 50 drones now to 48, but that income boost may have come just a little bit too late.
And it came at the cost, too, of the upgrades that we saw Roro getting, whereas we did have to see Revival focus on improving his economy.
22 roaches is nothing right now for Revival. If Roro moves across the map, he is going to be able to put the hurt on Revival in a big way. Yeah, he's got upgrades like you mentioned on top of that. He's about to finish 1-1, and when he does, I've got a feeling we're going to see him break through one of those Evo chambers.
He's trying to hide his roaches right now, but nothing will prevent them from that Overseer from getting the information it needs, because he can't get out of his base at the moment. He's going to have to kill one of those Evo chambers.
Yeah, as soon as the upgrade finishes, there it is, immediately breaking through, and he is going on the attack.
Roro has been unleashed on the map. All of his very fast roaches now marching their way. He's up 20 roaches on his opponent right now.
The roaches are coming.
That's right. He's being roached. Revival has to defend here, but it looks like it may be somewhat of a lost cause as Roro's already there.
That's going to be pretty tough, no doubt about it. Here he comes, one spine crawler, a couple queens. Can Revival defend this?
And it's looking like the answer's going to be no. He's already up close and personal on Revival's roaches. They're falling quickly. Roro also has that upgrade advantage. He still has a huge number of roaches left over. The transfusions from Revival's queens not going to be quite enough to save him.
Basically 3 times as many roaches out on the map for Roro as Revival has, and that is going to be probably about it for game number 1, guys. Goodbye, Hatchery.
And that ends in a fountain of blood. And finally, we see one of those hatcheries go down, and Roro taking it out. He continues to press forward, killing queens and roaches as he goes.
Yeah, it is +1 attack for both of them, but it's just not enough. GG, Roro takes game 1.
Very impressive from Roro there to save that hatch and turn it around.
Yeah.
73 HP on that hatchery.
That was incredible, man. And I mean, that was about as close as you can possibly cut it. And Revival's looking a little bit stressed after that one. You can't blame him. It always hurts to kind of lose on the very edge of something like that. But, I mean, the thing is he really put everything he had into killing that hatchery, and when it didn't work out, his opponent was left with a pretty strong army, and Revival just wasn't able to prevent the responsive damage from Roro. And on top of that, the early pool just not working out. So the economic damage, you know, losing your army early on, not doing enough damage with that army, everything added up to Roro being able to take a pretty confident game number 1. Game number 2 is going to be on Neo Planet S for our map.
I feel like all of our ZVZs go Belshir Vestige first, Neo Planet S second.
Well, when we've got this sort of like pick and ban format for how the players choose what maps they're going to play on, I mean, everybody kind of knows what maps are generally going to be the preferred maps for that matchup. So we're going to see a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, and it really does give us a good sense of what maps the players are preferring to play on right now.
Well, I have to say, I feel like the ZVZs that have been coming out of Neo Planet S today have been so wacky.
That's so true.
What about this map creates these very strange ZVZs?
It's the running paths, man. It's the distance between bases. There's a couple things that go into it, but a lot of it, too, is because that third base is a little bit tougher to take, and after the third, I mean, the fourth is especially really hard, but the third is a challenge as well, so you do see a good amount of variety. The game is starting, loading right now on our screen. Soon it will be on your screen. Revival fighting for his life, fighting for that final spot in the quarterfinals tomorrow. It's game time.
And here we go. Will this be our last game of today, or will Revival force a game 3? You can see Roro up 1-0, but Revival, your Blue Zerg from Evil Geniuses, spawning at the 1 o'clock position.
That's right.
And his opponent, Roro, the Red Zerg from Samsung Khan, starting at 7 o'clock.
Yep. I'm going to take a moment to say something totally non-Starcraft. Shout out to my sister Crystal that's watching right now. She's actually getting married in like a day or two, depending on the time zone you're in, and I can't make it. So I'm sorry, Crystal. I love you. I'm glad you're watching and making fun of my outfit. Thank you for that. So enough about that. Back to the game. And guys, this is it. This is Revival's last chance. He needs to win this game to stay alive, to force that game 3. And Roro looking to take it, man. I mean, if he advances here, it's all going to that rematch. You know, he wants to go in I think he wants another crack at innovation, honestly.
Well, we'll have to see if he can get it or not. Neither player taking a big risk early on this time around. Revival tried to use that 9 pool last game to get the edge, and it was such a heartbreaker too. Just barely couldn't kill that hatchery.
So close. So pool first for both of these players, and actually it's kind of funny because we've been seeing largely hatch first on this map, but right now there's no trust going on between these two players. They're like, I can't risk hatch first. I need to have that defense early on. It's kind of funny, man. I mean, we've watched so many ZVZs. We've almost seen like a little mini meta kind of like develop in this tournament. It's been funny.
It has been. I mean, we've had the 3 Zerg groups so far.
Yeah.
And that was 6 out of the total 8 Zergs in this tournament.
Yeah. I got to say, though, by far, Damaga's games, for me, the most
fun.
Most entertaining of the day.
Yeah.
He may be out of the tournament, but he wins the most entertaining ZVZ award of the tournament already, man. I don't care what we see tomorrow or the next day.
You're already calling it.
That's right. I'm calling it.
The Doe is jaded. Nothing can impress him after Damaga.
Dude, he has such a cool style and does such unique things. It's fun stuff. So, we've got gas right now for Roro. No gas for Revival, as our observer is showing us, and that's kind of a big deal. We're going to have that little tech advantage for Roro early on, and that's something that he can really use to punish Revival, get a lot of good scouting done, maybe pick off a drone or two. See what he decides to do with it. Revival really putting a lot, actually, into the droning, into getting the queens out. But it's a chance he's taking, and is he actually going to kill that Overlord? I don't think he's quite going to be able to finish it off. Queen's like, no, come back! Oh!
Yeah. 35 HP.
Very close.
The remainder.
Yeah.
Spawning pool, there's the metabolic boost.
Yeah. Circling speed started before Revival even gets his gas.
So I like how it's called metabolic boost, like it increases their metabolism to make them run faster, when it actually just gives them wings.
It does. Metabolic boost gives you wings.
That's right.
True. And it doesn't really make them eat faster as well, you know? You'd think they'd like really be hungry, you know? They have like such a high metabolism. Or they'd all be like really thin and fit. That Overlord's seen some serious stuff. He's been through some trauma.
He has.
He survived an encounter with the Queen.
Oh boy, and the advanced queens.
Yeah, ooh. Look at this, we have a Roach Warren going down, but still no gas. He's just going ahead and making that wall, just trying to stay defensive. But still no gas for Revival.
Interesting play.
Just really droning like crazy. He wants to have a gigantic 2-base economy, it looks like.